Hello, guys. Welcome, everybody, to Purple Haze Podcast. I am your host, who bleeds purple and gold, Isaac here. So, now we're going to go ahead and react to day 2 of the free agency moves. And I'm telling you, they're making quite a stand, as the Vikings are right now. So, let's get right into it. The Vikings have, as far as the first move that they made was basically late at night. They signed Sam Darnold, a quarterback from the San Francisco 49ers, previously New York Jets and Carolina Panthers. So he's basically right now a journeyman quarterback. So I know a lot of people are okay, he signed 1 year and $10 million, but I know people are a little bit upset because, oh my gosh, he's kind of he basically throws interceptions. He sees ghosts all the time. And I get that. I purely get what you're coming from, but I think basically this is a good idea for a bridge quarterback option. He's not a starting caliber type. He's just a good bridge quarterback who can maybe for at least half a game, at least half a season, he can play. I think that's the case basically with a much better offensive line, some weapons that you have on offense. Considering those things, I feel, and with a good defense in Brian Flores, I think Sam Darnold can do something really here. He just has to make the plays himself, of course, but I think he can help with that very well. So I feel like Sam Darnold is not a bad move, and I get where the Vikings are coming from because they either, one, want to start the rookie first, and if he's not good at all or met expectations, then Sam Darnold can take over for that rookie quarterback, or they want to start Sam Darnold off the jump and then have the rookie sit down and get an idea of what it means to start in the NFL. I would probably do Sam Darnold first. I don't know if I would. I don't know what the Vikings would do, but either one of those two options, I think it can work out well in the Vikings' favor. I think you should still draft the quarterback. So I mean, he's not a bad. So I think he's a pretty good option for a bridge quarterback for the Vikings. I mean, it's not Gardner Minshew, but I think he can still do something with the Vikings. I feel like he can, not just for an entire season, but for a little stretch of games. And then this morning, the Vikings signed Aaron Jones, running back previously of the Green Bay Packers, to a 1 year and $7 million contract with the Vikings. I absolutely like this signing too as well. I mean, he's a great player in many aspects. A great leadership. He can catch in the backfield. He's a decent pass blocker. And I think he can do and he's basically very good. I think he's averaged at least 5 yards a carry this whole entire his career. I know he's basically older, 30 years old or something like that, but I think he's still got something left in the tank and something to show, in my opinion. So I think Aaron Jones, I mean, he can absolutely make something happen because our running back game last year was terrible because we played Alexander Madison, who was the starting running back, so I don't get that at all. But I know the injury part, but that's not a bad deal for a guy like Aaron Jones, in my opinion. For 1 year and $7 million, that's not that much. That ain't that much. So I'm good with it. I'm good with signing Aaron Jones. Pairing him up with Ty Chandler and Aaron Jones, I think they can absolutely make a solid running back duo. I feel like that's purely going to be it. So then, and then going to the third player that they signed a kicker from the XFL. I don't know the team name that he came from. John Parker Romo is his name. So I mean, I do like John Parker Romo. I mean, I get where Kwesi is coming from. Really, he wants to sign a kicker to get the kicking game going because Greg Joseph, I mean, he was not that great really. Where he was below the average of kicks that have been made by NFL kickers. If that's the case, then that is a problem, which is good, which is the reason why they signed him. I like it that they did sign him. So, I mean, you got to have a kicking game going at some point. I mean, as unfortunate as we've been with kickers, and this has been a whole thing with the Vikings with kickers, let me tell you, man, I'm not going to go down that road. But, I mean, I think that's a pretty good signing and I hope that he's better than Greg Joseph and that he can excel above the average of kicks made in the NFL. Then okay, good. So basically, not a bad day two. I mean, it's actually a pretty good day two. And Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, boy, oh boy, he is doing his thing. He is absolutely crushing it. But the only thing that needs on their list is defensive tackle. I don't know, basically DJ Reader or maybe Eric Armstead from the 49ers, or I don't know if Jaquiski Tart is available. I don't know if he is, but if he is, I will be fine with him too. Any of those players that you can sign, you're all good. You're all set for the free agency. So they did move on from Dean Lowry, which gives the indication that he is going with defensive tackle. We'll just have to see. But, I mean, day two was just as good as day one, and I am here for it, man. It's absolutely amazing, man. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Skull.